Right now is Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmitt. AG Schmitt, it's great to see you again. Thanks very much for being here. Look, what do you want to see happen here? I know that the Hunter Biden laptop story and the Wuhan lab leak are just some of the stories that you say are being censored by social media. You're right. They're stories we've been covering on this program for years and getting trashed for it from the mainstream media. Tell us about this lawsuit and what you're hoping to achieve.
Yeah, we're taking on these two big corrupt institutions, big government and big tech, working together. And we want to expose it. We want to stop the lies. We want to stop the coordination in the collusion between big tech and big government in censoring speech and violating the First Amendment. The government doesn't get to outsource this illegal activity of censorship to its private, partners with big tech. And that's exactly what's going on here. And they do it in a couple of different ways, Maria. One is, big tech has this Section 230 protection, which essentially limits the ability for them to be sued. And what happens on the left is they threaten those big tech companies to take that away unless they censor more. And we've also seen, Jen Psaki's admitted this, that they're working directly with Facebook, for example, to flag particular posts that they want to label as disinformation, and working directly with them to get that stuff taken down. The government doesn't get to do that. And so it's a landmark case. It's a unique case. And what you're seeing right now, too, also is the culmination of all of this, all of these efforts by the Biden administration now with this Disinformation Governance Board, or the Ministry of Truth, headed by Mary Poppins here. This is serious business. And it ought to strike fear in the hearts of every American that their government is working with some of the most powerful corporations in the world to silence their voice. And that's exactly what's happening, whether it's the laptop from hell, COVID, election integrity issues, Fauci working directly with Facebook. We're going to expose all of it. We're going to get in discovery. We're going to make people aware of it. And we're going to make sure this never happens again.
Yeah, but how? Look, we already have, the administration coming up with this disinformation board, putting Nina Jankowicz there. It's like a joke. This is the same woman who told us that Hunter Biden's laptop was fake and Trump colluding with Russia was real. But they're getting away with it. I've had umpteen, congressmen, lawmakers on this program and on Sunday Morning Future saying this is not even constitutional. Ron Johnson says shut it down right now, and yet they're making plans.
No, it just shows you how aggressive this administration is and what kind of warp speed they'll go into to suppress people's speech. Because they know the playbook's clear. You just label stuff you don't like as disinformation. You get your partners. Look at what happened with the Hunter Biden laptop story. We know all that stuff is true now. We know the origins of COVID, the Wuhan lab leak, which Missouri actually filed a lawsuit on against Communist China for that. But they were labeling all of that as disinformation. Fauci, whether it's the ineffectiveness of masks, if you were calling that out, they were taking you down. We can't let this stand in this country. This is a country founded on the fundamental belief in the First Amendment, right, as a protection, that people can speak their minds. They can speak truth to power. We believe that that's the beating heart of this Constitution. And you have a regime right now that wants to stop it. So it's all hands on deck. And that's why we filed the lawsuit.
And AG, it's just astounding to me. You saw what Elon Musk said. He's slamming Nina Jankowicz, the head of this disinformation board, because she pitched the idea of allowing verified Twitter users to edit other users' tweets if they believe they're misleading. It's just, this is what Wikipedia does, and that's why Wikipedia has lost all credibility. You've got anybody who wants to go in and change somebody's bio, they can do it. Musk called the idea disconcerting in a tweet yesterday, A.J. Schmitt.
He did. And by the way, the same week that Elon Musk moved forward with buying Twitter, guess what happened? The SEC opened an investigation into Tesla. So this is third world banana republic kind of stuff. And we got to call it out, and we got to put a stop to it. But yes, look, Elon Musk, I think, believes that this should be an open platform for people to speak their minds. And you got people like Jankowicz that want to continue to narrow that bandwidth of what is acceptable speech, so that only the regime-approved talking points ever end up in the public square. That's antithetical to the First Amendment. It's antithetical to what this country was founded on, and why this is such an important case and such an important issue. This is Orwellian. It's not an exaggeration.
It's not, and I totally called that, predicted that the investigations were going to ramp up against Elon Musk ever since he said he wants to buy Twitter. This is exactly what's happening. The Democrats are giving a hand to Twitter. And the same situation at the border.